Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to take a look at which units you should consider Extreme Z Awakening out of the World Tournament units. So obviously for the World Tournament, pretty plainly speaking, there are a ton of EZAs now, and it can be confusing to know which units to EZA first. Now I'm going to talk about the new units EZAs that have released with this latest World Tournament, and then discuss overall who you should consider summoning for. Bear in mind that I always suggest Extreme Z Awakening the LRs first, just because they're the most expensive, and also of course, I just think they're probably still the best, although there are definitely some SSRs that are more usable. In terms of the new units, we have this Tech Boo, a pretty solid unit, honestly speaking, very reliable overall as a unit. Nice levels of damage reduction at a high dupe level could be very interesting. Margin power also recently got a ton of buffs, so having another strong margin unit could help, especially if you're someone who's lacking a little bit of versatility in that limited category. The Master Roshi or Jackie Chun has a nice EZA, however I gotta be honest, he is competing with the LR Int Jackie Chun. That unit's probably one of the better free-to-play LRs and one of the better free-to-play LR support units, so it makes it very difficult to recommend Extreme Z Awakening Jackie Chun when I consider the fact that the LR not only is still probably a better unit, but is also quite widely accessible for most players. Then from there we look at two strength options. So we have Strength Vegeta. Honestly, not a bad unit, just not a particularly exciting one. He's not a unit I would say don't EZA. He's more a unit I would say EZA last. Very basic kit, but a very efficient one. Great chance of guarding, he has build up in terms of critical hits, all the type of stuff you really like. A lot is more to be said about the lower stats. So because his passive looks impressive, the lower stats kind of kill units like Vegeta because he doesn't provide utility, so his numbers fall off very quick. Then we have Strength Gohan, a great unit before his EZA, a better unit after his EZA, but maybe not as big as people would have liked. High damage reduction, good support, and some decent stats should make him usable for a lot of content. Maybe not all content, but definitely a lot of content. So I think for me, there is always that consideration. All in all, to be honest with you, I would say he's still probably one of my top candidates for Extreme Z Awakening. Just off of the premise that I think for me, functionally, he's quite a good unit. So now, obviously that's nuance. Like I said, the LRs you should be Extreme Z Awakening. It's not really rocket science. Especially with the Yamcha and Puar having their EZA released with the celebration, I think you should always prioritize the LRs. From there, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I think for me there are some standout units. So for me, AGL Super Saiyan Gohan, Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Strength Super Saiyan Gohan Teen are all very good flexible supports that populate a lot of good categories and will help you in a ton of content, whether it's punching bag events, long form events, etc. Really good. I think AGL Final Form Cooler is not bad, and I think personally there is a little bit of room for Tech Majin Buu. But I think from there, the jury not is out. Some are definitely better than others, etc. But I think from there, you're pretty much free to try out what you want to fill out gaps on your team as you see fit. I don't think you have to get too in depth.